Hi there, what's crackin'? I'm Dane, and welcome to my series on learning Cypress plus Cucumber. In this video, you're going to learn what is Cypress plus Cucumber, why you might use Cypress plus Cucumber, and how to add Cypress plus Cucumber to an existing project. If you don't want to miss any future parts of this series, now is a good time to click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell. So, what is Cypress? We're on the Cypress website here. So Cypress is an end-to-end testing utility that allows you to write your tests in JavaScript or TypeScript. What is Cypress plus Cucumber? Well, that is what I call using Cypress plus this plugin for Cypress called Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor. Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor allows you to write your tests in a language called Gherkin, which is widely adopted in the testing industry for writing BDD or behavior-driven tests. So why would you use Cypress? In my opinion, Cypress is really easy to set up and use. It has a great interactive test runner. You can record screenshots and videos of your tests, and it has a great adoption in the industry and a great community behind it. Why would you use Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor plugin? That would be if your team has adopted BDD, behavior-driven development, your team has adopted the Gherkin language, or maybe it's just your preference to write tests in this way. We're going to take To-Do MVC, a pre-built application written in many frameworks, and we're going to add Cypress plus Cucumber tests to this framework so that we can verify that it works in the way that we expect. I've created a repository here, Learn Cypress Cucumber, and at the moment we just have the base To-Do MVC TypeScript React application checked out into it, and we're going to add Cypress and Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor to it. So the first thing we have to do is change into the To-Do MVC TypeScript React folder, and we have to run npm install. npm will take a little while to run, and now we can run npm start, and we can see that the application is running on localhost 4200. So we can go to this tab, and we can see To-Do MVC up and running. So we can add a to-do, and we can add another to-do. We can complete a to-do, we can delete a to-do, we can filter by active, completed, and we can clear all the completed to-dos. Next thing we need to do is install Cypress and Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor. And we're going to save these dependencies as dev dependencies since they're only going to be run in our development or testing environment. This will take a little while to install as it has to download all of the modules dependent for Cypress, and it also needs to download Cypress. Okay. And we're done. What we're going to do now is we're going to edit the package JSON file, and we're going to add a script here just after start called cy::open. And what that's going to do is call the npm module Cypress open, and this will allow us to run our tests. Put out of there. Let's test that. npm run cy::open. This should open up Cypress. The first time that we run Cypress, Cypress checks that we can actually execute it correctly. And here we go, we have the main Cypress window open for us. By default, Cypress adds some examples to our test folder. We can close that now. Next thing we need to do is configure Cypress. So we want to edit the cypress.json file, which has been created for us just as an empty object in here for the moment. And we're going to have a base URL. That's going to be localhost 4200. And we're going to have test files. So we need to tell Cypress where to find our test files. And they're going to be any file that starts with anything and has an extension feature or features. Okay, the next thing we need to do is configure Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor. So we need to edit a file called Cypress plugins index.js. And we can go down to this empty spot here and we can say cucumber equals require Cypress cucumber preprocessor. We need the default export here. And then inside this module exports, we want to say when we're running file preprocessor, let's send that through to the Cucumber module. Okay. Next thing we need to do is configure Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor in our package Json file. So we'll go down to the bottom here and we'll add a section called Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor. And that's going to be an object, and it has one key called non-global step definitions. And we set that to true. Okay, save and close that. So the next thing we need to do is add our first feature file. So let's open a file called Cypress integration homepage home-page is what we're going to call it, slash homepage.feature. Okay, got a new file here. So the feature that we're going to test, and this is the Gherkin language, is the homepage. Homepage being this page that we're looking at here on the right. And the scenario within this feature is called see the homepage. So we're just going to write a very simple test to start with, just to ensure that we've got Cypress and Cucumber up and running. So, given I navigate to the home page, when the home page has loaded, then I see the home page. Okay, now we've got our feature file. We need to add a JavaScript file that defines the steps within that file. So we need to make a directory called Cypress integration homepage, named the same as our feature file. And we add a file in there called integration homepage steps.js. Okay, so this file, we need to bring in the given, the then, and the when functions from Cypress Cucumber Preprocessor slash steps module. And we need to write our first step. So given I navigate to the home page, so we define a function here that will execute when that step is encountered. And for us, that's just going to be, let's go and visit slash. Okay, so that's our given. Then we define our when. So that's when the home page has loaded. So for us, the home page is loaded when a class on the page called to-do app is visible, should be visible. And the last step is the then, and that is I see the home page. And there's a couple of elements on the screen that are going to prove that we're seeing the home page. So there's a header class, there's an element with a class header, that should be visible. We're not using too many of Cypress's features just yet, we're just getting it up and running. And there's another element on the screen with a class called info, and that should also be visible. So in future parts of the series, we'll go into further detail as to what these Cypress actions are and adding additional features we might want to have. Okay, the next thing we need to do is start the application. So npm start. And that's up and running. And we need another tab here. And we need to run the test. So npm run sci-open. So we'll just wait a moment for Cypress to open up. And so it's found our homepage feature file here. And if we click on that, that should run our test. And as we can see here, the test passed. One test got a green tick. See the homepage, got a green tick. So given I navigate to the homepage, so it visited the /URL, it determined that the page was loaded because the to-do app was visible. And then it determined that the homepage, that we could see the homepage because the header was there and the info was there. So that's an existing application up and running with Cypress Cucumber preprocessor. And be sure to check out the future parts to this series as we dig a bit deeper into the Cucumber and Gherkin language and the Cypress Cucumber preprocessor implementation for that. I also want to mention that I stream live coding like this on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at twitch.tv/DaneHarnett. The link will be in the description. I've also got a Twitter at twitter.com/DaneHarnett if you want to send any questions or make any comments. You can also put them down below in the comment section. So just again, if you want to make sure you catch the next part where we will explore more Cypress plus Cucumber testing, and hit subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you for watching and catch you next time.